If you have to take your teriyaki meal, it's okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm around. Don't
Yeah, I see you too.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Yeah, I'm running for both regions right now.
Oh.
May I ask you to
Yeah, I'll
please
get your
take
number
your
later so that we
seats?
can interview for the polls.
Okay, sounds
For the
good.
show.
Oh, this is good. All right.
Nice to see you.
Okay, the
Good
judge
morning.
says take your
Too.
seat.
Yeah, we're good.
How are you, Aaron? Good. Good to see you.
Ready, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Oh, picture.
Councilwoman Seaman, you have a chair reserved
1,
for you.
2. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you please to silence your phones. I know you are all very important people, so put it on vibrate.
DJ Dexter, I can give it.
All right.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hey.
How are you?
I forgot where we met. Oh, are you listening? I did not recognize you. I didn't recognize you.
In the interest of full disclosure,
Hello there. How are you?
we want you to know that we are going to go live stream.
Thank you.
And so if there's any one of you who does not want to be seen somewhere else, you can put a mask on. That's the best we can do for you. All right? All right, guys. Auntie Rosita, we're going to ask you to have your crew sit down. All right, we have a wonderful evening in store for all of you. And if you could just tone it down a notch. That works, that works. Okay, another notch. There you go, it really works. We will really have a chance to hear from most, if not all of the candidates who are here with us tonight. And we also want to thank every single one of you who braced the traffic and got here on time. And we apologize for some people who ended up at the Gold Coast. He's laughing. What he got here, they got here. So, without much further ado, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, may I ask you to rise for the invocation to be led by Pastor Levi Banyaga of the First Pentecostal Church of Christ, Fourth Watch.
Glory to God. We praise you, we glorify you, Heavenly Father. We uplift your name on high. Thank you for your protection. Thank you for the good health. Thank you for the life that you have given on us today. At this very moment, we praise you, we glorify you, because you are a great and faithful God. We are in one desires, we are in one accord at this very moment, that this upcoming election, your name will be glorified. We pray, Father God, that you will be the one to bless each one of us. As your word says, O Lord, that when your people will pray, when your people will humble themselves, when your people will go on you, you will heal our land, you will heal our nation. And so at this very moment, we uplift to you that this upcoming election, you will put leaders in our state, in our city, in our nation, that his heart is like you, that his heart is always obeying you, because we believe, O Lord, that when someone leads us, we will live at peace, we will live in joy and happiness. At this very moment, we pray that you will bless each one of us. This is our prayer and trust. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Can you remain standing, please, for the anthems? And it will be played by our wonderful DJs tonight, Leo Belmonte and Alex Pena. And if you really want a nice DJ for hire, they're called the Leo Lex. Thank you so very much, Leo Lex. Thank you for being such great, DJs tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is really with great honor that I introduce to you two of the most wonderful and generous folks in our community who give of their time and space. Tonight, they come together as one. Tonight, they will attempt to do something that has never been done before in our community. They will deliver one speech together. The president of the National Federation of Filipino-American Associations of Nevada, whose leadership has been a beacon of advocacy promoting the welfare and well-being of Filipinos and Filipino-Americans across our great state. She has worked tirelessly to ensure that our voices are heard and our contributions recognized. Sisters and brothers, Jackie La Joya. Joining her, political organization with equal representation, whose commitment to empowering our community and fostering civic engagement has been instrumental in driving positive change. Through various initiatives that she has created, she has inspired many to take active roles in shaping our community's future. Sisters and brothers, ladies and gentlemen, Amy Belmonte. Together, these leaders are truly leaders who exemplify the spirit of collaboration and dedication. Join me in saying, salamat sa inyong dalawa. Thank you. Here. Mabuhay. Jackie, Eric.
Now I'm live. Good evening. Okay. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Federation of Filipino-American Association of the Nevada chapter, also known as NAFA Nevada, I am honored to welcome you to tonight's Candidates 2024 Forum. Our civic engagement program includes voter registration and voter education so that the community is well informed, thus making our voices be heard loud and respected. Tonight we gather to engage in meaningful dialogue about the issues that matter most to our community.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm equally honored, ladies and gentlemen, to represent the Filipino-American political organization with equal representation, better known as Fil-Am-Empower. It is a grassroots, nonpartisan organization that empowers the Filipino-American community in leadership. Tonight's forum, ladies and gentlemen, is indeed a testament that we are of equal representation. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. A pleasant good evening to each and every one of you.
As we approach the upcoming election, it is crucial that we address the key issues impacting our community. Immigration remains a significant concern for many Filipino Americans.
Healthcare is another issue and a very fundamental right. I have a company that is 25 years old in the healthcare industry, and I had serviced one of the most vulnerable citizens of our community, which is the aging. And you know, we need, from our politicians, we truly need an affordable and accessible healthcare. The pandemic indeed shown us that we really need a healthcare that is going to be equitable for everyone and affordable for all our community.
How about education? Education is another cornerstone of our community's future. We hope to have more choices and opportunities for our youth to pursue their choices of higher education or vocational school so that they may become productive citizens within our community. Our children deserve the best opportunities to succeed and thrive in an increasingly competitive world.
That's right. What about small businesses? Who amongst us owns small businesses?
It is a backbone of our community. And you know, not only the Filipino-Americans entrepreneurs, but we have faced some challenges in the past. We need resources, we need guidance, we need support so that our businesses can get back to its growing capacity once again. We need all the help that we can get, so we need to support policies that will back up small businesses.
Tonight, we have the privilege of hearing from candidates who are running for office and are eager to address these critical issues. We encourage you to listen, ask questions, partake, and engage in this important conversation.
That's right. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Maraming salamat po for joining us tonight and for your commitment that indeed not only the Filipino-American community, but our all Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander community will continue to thrive and grow. So let us continue to together, collaborate, and coordinate our efforts so that we can continue to move forward and upward. So I encourage everyone to go and vote. Your choice is your voice. So go vote correctly, go vote intelligently, and maraming salamat po for joining us this evening. God blessings to all of you.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, what did you think of that? Oh, come on, you can do better. They worked so hard for this. Wow. Amy, Jackie, I think you had a slam dunk, okay? You know, we have a special guest today, and he has flown all the way from Honolulu to be with us. It is with great honor that I call to the podium the senior senator from the state of Hawaii, Brian Emmanuel Schatz. Come on up, please.
Aloha! Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Okay? All right, well, good try. I'll take it. It is such a pleasure to be here, and it's not just a pleasure to be here to see all these great Filipino community members and leaders and elected officials people who want to be elected officials, but I'm also very pleased that I just came from Lefty J's and had Punsit and Pinakbet and coffee, and I may pass out in about an hour, but I feel really good. Again, my name is Brian Schatz. I'm the United States Senator from the state of Hawaii, and I wanted to be here to talk to you about my friend Jackie Rosen. Jackie Rosen is one of the fiercest advocates for the Filipino community in the United States Senate. There is nobody that fights harder for healthcare, for entrepreneurship, for immigration, for fairness and equity across our great community. With Senator Rosen's help, we have worked to protect Medicare and Social Security, make college more affordable, expand healthcare, and lower the cost of prescription drugs. We just found out a couple of weeks ago, 15 drugs are now much, much cheaper under Medicare. And we have an annual cap of $2,000 for lots of individuals. And I know my mother and father-in-law are going to be positively impacted. Their average annual medical expense just on the prescription drug side was about $4,000 or $5,000, and now it will be capped at $2,000. And that would not have happened without Senator Jackie Rosen. And I did fly a long way. I love Las Vegas, and I love talking to the Filipino community. But I flew here for this very reason. I wanted to tell you that Jackie Rosen is for you. That Jackie Rosen every day wakes up and goes to the United States Senate and fights as hard as she can for you. And one final point. Every United States Senate election in Nevada ends up being close. Every race ends up being close. And the difference in this particular race is going to be turnout in the Filipino community. And so I am here to be very straightforward, maybe even more straightforward than I would be if I were the candidate. Please go out there and fight as hard as you can for someone who fights for you. Please help Jackie Rosen return to the Senate so she can fight for our shared values and our shared priorities. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you, sir. I know you have a flight to catch. Without much further ado, let me explain to you the evening as it will unfold. I will call up to the podium a couple of our speakers, and if they choose to do questions and answer, they will tell us. Okay. And if you raise your hands from the floor to ask of the speakers, there are three marshals, three question and answer marshals. And one is Doc Mike, he's over there, he's in a nice Barong Tagalog. The other one is Sally De Hoya, and no, Sally is not De Hoya, Sally Valencia, they're sisters. And the other one is Art De Hoya, okay? So they will acknowledge you. Now, we have many judges and many assembly folks who are running and are candidates. Please, when we will call your names so you can introduce yourselves and have your 2 minutes, to do your speech. You have to. I'll call you. Raise your hand so they can find you, and then they will give you the mic. Is that okay? Okay. All right. Now, before we go there, we'd like to introduce to you Filipino-Americans in the community and Asian Pacific Americans who have, well, I just dropped all the notes. Who have, this is really cute. Thank you. Who have really broken glass ceilings to really make us part of this great political system that we call America. I am so proud that we have with us a trailblazing politician who has made significant strides in public service. As an assemblyman, he represents his community with and strong commitment to addressing key issues. His journey to office was marked by perseverance and resilience, overcoming numerous challenges to become a voice for his constituents. His work focuses on improving education, healthcare, and economic opportunities, ensuring that the needs of this diverse community are met. Ladies and gentlemen, Assemblyman Huey Nguyen. Make your choice, left or right.
Boy, I don't know if I can live up to that introduction, but thank you so much, Tita Gloria, for that amazing introduction. When you were talking, I was like, she must talk about Erica Mosca. But then, wait, it was like Assemblyman. Oh wait, never mind. Somebody else. I didn't see any of my colleagues in the room. So, but actually, I want to make sure that I am very clear about this, because as a community, we have a lot to learn and we have a lot to come together and learn about the process. And I'm actually here in a different capacity. I am not here as one of your state elected officials, but I'm here as a representative of an organization that is my day job, because as most of you know, state legislator in Nevada get paid little to nothing. We do it out of love. We are here because we have an amazing day job, and my day job right now, Mike is part of this amazing community, and it afforded me the opportunity to be up here. Actually here right now as a sponsor of this event and not as a candidate. So I just want to make full disclosure so that we can remain neutral in this remarks. So The Asian Community Development Council was created in 2015 to improve the general well-being and education of the Asian Pacific Islander and other ethnic communities in Nevada. The ACDC promote, foster, champion, and advocate for Asian American and Pacific Islander in greater Nevada community. And I want to bring you a story of this amazing young lady who happens to be the founder of our organization. About 30 years ago, she is a small business owner in San Francisco, California, and she got a phone call in the middle of the night, and it was her sister-in-law and her brother-in-law who happens to live in Las Vegas. And this is circa 1994, and she had family here, and they were running a small business, they were running a restaurant, and their kids were born in the United States, a boy and a girl. And of course, their first language is Mandarin Chinese, and they spoke that at home, and when they go to school, they learn English. And the younger child, 8 years old, had a developmental disability. However, it was not diagnosed because of a language barrier. So therefore, he was bullied in school by both his teacher and by both his classmates. And he was suspended. He had a lot of struggle as 8 years old. And this was stressing out the parents. And at the end of the day, for the stress took on the family business, and there was just so much hardship for the family. So Vida ended up coming to Nevada to help out the situation. Well, this is where the story turns sad. Because of all the stresses of the business and of the school situation, her brother-in-law died of a heart attack at 46 years of age, and leave behind a wife of small business and 2 young child. So Vida had to move to Las Vegas and relocate with her own 2 kids to go help the family members. And that truly really changed her trajectory, because she was wondering why in this day and age we had nowhere to turn to. Family had nowhere to navigate, and there was no elected official that they can go to. There's no one that looks like them that represent their interests. There's no one that get their struggle, and all because of a language barrier. So fast forward 30 years later, after she lived here and had a successful career in the community, she, instead of retiring, decided to start an organization called Asian Community Development Council. And the purpose of the organization is to truly bring our community, the fastest growing community in the United States, into light. And guess what? Now the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander community is the fastest growing community in the United States right here in Nevada. And guess what? Who is the biggest AA and HBI community? Filipinos. And so I'm sure that many of you can relate it to Vida's family story. And I'm sure that many of you have your own story to tell. Myself, I'm also an immigrant. I wasn't born in this country. I immigrated here at the age of 11. No one ever told us that we can be anything other than, well, doctor, lawyers, or engineer. Obviously, I'm none of the above, but the immigrant story has so much struggle. My dad was one of the boat people that left Vietnam in the middle of the night to come over to find freedom and to find opportunity here for American dream. And again, those communities, these stories, your story, my story, it's all very critical to our experience. So we always need to be able to be visible and come to the table, not only on election time, but every single day, and make sure that our elected official understand what our community needs. We're not a monolith, we're not just one checkbox. We are diverse and we have different needs, and we are here to stay. And like I alluded to earlier, the Filipino community is so powerful, so amazing, and they elect, most recently in 2022, made history by electing the first Filipina ever to serve in the Nevada State Legislature. That's Assemblywoman Erica Mosca there. So we know that the leadership of the Filipino community is very important, and we are here to support and make sure that not only Assemblywoman Mosca, but many other Filipino-American be able to not be at the table, but be in leadership position throughout our local community, throughout our state, and throughout our country. I want to close by this statement. This generation for us, this election, whether it is, presidential down to the very last race on the ballot, is so critical that every member of our community be involved in this process, and it's so creative for everyone to understand, not creative, sorry, wrong choice of word. I have had food except for caffeine and 2 boba, so the sugar is kicking in the way. But I want we all to get together and come together, not just between Labor Day and Election Day of every 4 years. I want to remind that the Filipino community needs to be engaged every single day, okay? And I want to make sure that when we can come together, that we come together and make sure everyone knows that we're visible and we are here. And before I close, I want to say and acknowledge every single community leaders. If you are here, if you're already standing, wave. If you are Filipino community leaders, please stand up. That means all of the Filipino community leaders here, stand up. So people can see all the right, and most of the people that stand up are women, by the way. So women is in charge and women get stuff done. I can say the other words. And so we want to make sure that we recognize and celebrate all of our women leaders. Kudos to Chair Jackie Dohoya, kudos to Sally Belecha, our regional chair, and of course, the ever powerful, amazing, and I'm so afraid of her, Gloria Kaiwili. So on behalf of ACDC, we want to thank you, NAFA, for their work, and we wish you all the best, and have a great evening, and go vote.
Thank you very much, Yui. Now, see, I just called you Yui now because you say you're representing ACDC. And thank you very much for your continued sponsorship of our community. And speaking of sponsors, I really would like to thank now the sponsors who have made this evening possible. Of course, ACDC, Asian Development Community Council, give them a big hand. Martin Twazon and his family, please give him a big hand. And OnScore, please. Thank you. Martin, would you stand up, please? There you go. There you go. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And then there is, of course, APALA, which is the Asian Pacific American Labor Alliance. I think I am the majority of one that represents them. And so there's also a great, great thanks to Erica Mosca, our Assemblywoman. As I said earlier, the folks that come to the podium up here and get to speak have 5 minutes. And then we will ask at the end of their statements if they would like to have a question and answer. If the answer is no, you can write them letters. You can text them too. So without much further ado, the ones on the floor, later on, all of us, all of the candidates will get their chance and have 2 minutes of time. Is that good? Good. All right. And Assemblyman Ewan, you can please get your teriyaki bowl. You earned it. And it is a great honor for me to call to the podium Congresswoman Susie Lee. I know you just flew in from Washington, so thank you.
But I don't know. Really, you should approach that.
All right, good evening, everyone. Let's give it up for Gloria. I mean, what a great turnout tonight. So, and I want to thank everyone who's taking the time out of their Friday evening to come out here and meet the candidates. And I want to thank all the candidates for having the courage to put your name on the ballot, to be out there and make sure we have true representation in our country. My name's Susie Lee. I represent the 3rd Congressional District, which is everything west of the I-15 in general, down to Laughlin and Searchlight, pretty much all of Summerlin, Silverado Ranch, Mountain's Edge, all of Chinatown, the new old Chinatown and the old Chinatown. And it's really an honor for me to represent one of the largest AANHPI communities in the entire country. We have 20% of our population here in Southern Nevada is Filipino. And I have to say that what's so important is making sure that we have representation up and down the ballot. And we're also proud of Erica Mosca. She's like our hero for being the first Filipina in the state legislature. But with a person who's had a background in education in this community, my heart is with Erica because of the work that she's been doing on the ground, making sure that we're helping our most at-risk students not just graduate from high school, but make sure they have a path to their future. And for those of you who don't know me, I've been in Las Vegas for 30 years. My career has always been in public service. I started the city's first comprehensive homeless drop-in center. Then I was the founding director of the After School All-Stars, providing free after-school programs to 7,000 middle school students for the past 26 years. And then I ran Communities in Schools, which is a dropout prevention program. And what really has driven my service and continues to drive my service is something that's rooted in my background. I grew up in Canton, Ohio. I'm a child of 8 children. I'm one of 8 children. Despite what's been said about me, I have worked, and I started working when I was 8 years old. Worked my way and put myself through college, and really has dedicated my life to helping people have the type of opportunities that this country provided to me. And when you're on the ground doing nonprofit work and working with families, one of the things that struck me the most is, as much as I love the work, and I do love the work of helping kids get a step to a better future, I found that the things that was holding our families back were things like having a livable minimum wage, or affordable health care, or affordable housing, or affordable childcare. And those issues happen in Washington. And so that's what drew me to run for Congress. And I've been there for 3 years, and I must say, you know, they've been in, let's just say, an incredibly eventful 3 terms, 6 years. I was elected in 2018. We helped recover this economy from the pandemic. Las Vegas was one of the worst hit economies in the country. Then we passed in this last session the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which will bring 140,000 jobs, good paying union jobs. Let's hear labor, Gloria, to this community, and $4.2 billion in investment. We then made sure we took care of our veterans, those men and women who put their lives on the line, who were exposed to toxic substances, to make sure that they get the care. And we just celebrated the 1,000,000th veteran getting care by passage of the PACT Act. And of course, the Inflation Reduction Act, which is the largest investment in climate change in history, bringing down the cost of prescription drugs, $35 a month cap on insulin, $2,000 a year cap for seniors, and then most importantly, making sure that we are negotiating prescription drug prices of the 10 of the most commonly used drugs that people have used and have been struggling for years and years. And I'll tell you, healthcare is important to me. My father lost his job when he was 56 years old. He worked in a steel mill. And 1 month before my mother turned 65, she suffered a major heart attack. The bill that they got from the hospital was the cost of my parents' home. And the hospital basically sent us a letter and said, Instead, for payment, we'll take your home. How many families in here have had some type of scare like that? There are so many families in this who are sitting here in our community. And when you get sick, you should not have to worry that your family's gonna go bankrupt, that you're gonna lose your job. And that's why the Affordable Care Act was so essential, giving millions of American health care coverage. And I am running against an opponent who wants to repeal that. And that is what is on the line here. I know many of you have heard about this plan called Project 2025. And this that basically says, we want to cut your Social Security, we want to cut your Medicare, and we want to cut your Affordable Care Act. And so I'm telling you, that is the stark difference that's on the line in this election between me and my opponent who is running against me. But more importantly, I want you to remember that when I went to Congress, I went on three reasons that I went for Congress. You already heard my first one. The second one was, I, like most of Americans, was fed up with the dysfunction in Washington, the hyper partisanship. When people come to the negotiating table and say, this is my red line. Well, guess what? When you do that, that means you never get to where the common ground is. And that's why I made it a point, and I'm the vice chair of the Problem Solvers Caucus. It's half Democrats, Republicans, and I have been ranked as the most bipartisan for Congress because I do the walking. I walk the walk. And the third reason I ran was because I was tired of Nevadans. Like all of you, I don't like paying taxes. And I certainly don't want to send my tax money to Washington so it can go programs in Arizona, in Utah, in California. I want that money coming back to Nevada. And that is why I am so proud of the work that we have done to bring $3.8 billion of investment, to bring grants and investments into our community. But more importantly, when you call my office, if you need help, we have handed over 7,000 cases of people who call who need help with Social Security, with Veterans Affairs, with the IRS, and we've been able to return $3.1 million to people who called my office. So to me, this is a job. I have 750,000 bosses. I work for you. I want to continue to work for you. It is the honor of my lifetime. This is a community that I love, that is a community that embraces what it means to be entrepreneurs. And the Filipino community is the leader when it comes to whether we're talking about healthcare, home healthcare, our teachers, our businesses, our medical professionals, our financial professionals. And we need to have representation in Washington that's going to stand up for all of us. I hope I get your support. I thank you for all that you do, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, again, if I could just reiterate, up in the podium, you get 5 minutes, and a young man is sitting right there in front squatting. He'll give you the sign that says your minute is really up. Okay, but you can really take the chair, Alex. Okay, and for those of you on the floor who will get your chance to speak, 2 minutes, okay? So I know this will flow wonderfully, and everybody will get a chance to really let their voices be heard today. So, you know, her voice has been spoken by previous speakers, so now it is with much further ado that I really introduce a wonderful woman who is an inspiring figure who has shattered barriers in her political career. As an assemblywoman, she has been a passionate advocate for social justice, education reform, community empowerment. Her path was not easy, but her determination and unwavering commitment to make a difference has earned her the respect in the political arena. She continues to work tirelessly for our community and to uplift the voices that we have been silent for so long. Sisters and brothers, Assemblywoman Erica Mosca.
Salamat po!
too. I'm so proud to be here. I'm the first in my family graduated from college. My dad immigrated here at 17. He learned English from Sesame Street, and he told me his whole life, if you just work hard, you'll succeed. And what's really important, I'm gonna tell you 3 things about the Filipino community. It's not just about because I'm a Filipino, it's because I've been doing the work. So if you don't know about our J1 teacher issue, you gotta make sure you ask somebody here. That is the #1 issue to our community. I did not get the bill passed last session, but I've been working on it for the last 1.5 years, and it is now a committee bill. Let's go. Second, if you don't know about Larry Itleon, he is our leader. He worked with Cesar Chavez, and he made sure that the labor movement was a thing. We are working on that in the Nevada State Legislature. Ask our Filipino community and tell them you support that bill, and I know they will be supportive. And the third thing, if you have not spent your money at Omings or Truffles and Bacon or got to Chamber of Commerce over there, we want to see you not just at our candidate forums, we want to see you in the community. Last session I passed 5 out of 6 of my bills. I chair the Asian caucus, and no one's running against me this time. So I'm going back to sessions. Thank you for being here for our community. We have nonprofit leaders, we have our community. So if you can make sure you meet 1 or 2 new people today, figure out how you can help them after this, and that's how you earn their support. Thank you for being here. Salamat po.
Who did you just want to vote for her? She only took 3 minutes of her time. Oh my God, now I'm really voting for her. But you know, you and Assemblyman Ewan are just so inspiring. Your perseverance has really paved the way for many of us in the community to now put their names in in this big white brim hat and say, okay, me too, I can run. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you are waiting for calls, but I hear some ringing going on, so if you could just mute them, that would really be helpful for everyone. And it is, and that too, okay, maybe it can mute you, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now would like to call a couple of folks in our community who are now making the effort and trying very hard to make their dreams come true and run for office. It is not easy, as most of you know. So I want to call on this young man whose perseverance is really beyond reproach. You know, when we asked him, how is he running? He said, well, I knocked on several 1,000 doors, but are those doors in your community? Well, not really, but they must have friends whose doors are in our community. I said, okay, sisters and brothers, Aaron Bautista, come on up. Aaron, say what you're running for, and you got 2 minutes, okay? And what help you need.
Hello everyone, my name is Aaron Batista and I'm running for Regent District 4. So Regent District 4 is East Las Vegas. I've lived there my entire life. I went to school there, I had my first jobs there, and now I'm a teacher in the area. So I'm really there to represent the people, which is mostly immigrants. My dad moved to this country when he was 12 years old, and speaking Filipino, he was part of the Delano grape mill strikes. He was picking grapes in the fields, and my family did that for many years afterwards. So I do know the struggle of immigrants. And so I'm a special education teacher, so fighting for immigrants is something that I do. A lot of my students are immigrants, and I want to make sure they have the paths to success. I want to make college more affordable and more accessible for them. When I first graduated high school, that one class actually, but then because of that was really helpful for us, and something that I would because right now a lot of my students don't have plans to go to college because of the language access or whatever. And I want to make sure all of those roadblocks are gone so they can go to college if they want to, or we can direct them to a trade if they'd like to. Because at the end of the day, the students, they are the future of our state, and I want to fight for them. And as a teacher, another thing that I do want to do is make more teachers, because we have a big shortage. I know my work has more than doubled in the past few years. So we need to figure out what we can do. A lot of other states have programs for teachers continuing education. I came in through the ARL program where you get a conditional license, but to get your full license, you have to go finish, your degree in education. I did that. I was out of debt, but now I'm back in debt, which is like $30,000, $40,000. And that's the same for a lot of my colleagues who are also teachers. And that's something that we got to change and fix. So I'm running to make education better, and I'm running for the community. So thank you, and salamat.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call to the podium Mr. Ron Quince. If you look at Alex, Ron Quince, It's not working, you have to come here. Okay, right now it is, okay. All right.
I think Eric is going to give me 3 of her minutes instead of 2 minutes. Well, everybody, hi. My name is Ron Quince, your first Filipino-American congressman in District 1. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. For the other candidates that speak Tagalog, I think I'm going to take this opportunity to speak in Tagalog since I've been speaking a lot of Spanish in a Spanish radio station. I think you guys need to hear what's really my native tongue is. So, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Ron Quince, o ang sabi nila is Ron Quince, or Quince, or kahit ano po man, pare-parong spelling. I do agree sa mga tatlong issue ng mga Filipino-Amerikano dito. One is of course, ang immigration. Marami tayong mga kamag-anak na naghihintay at least like 15 to 20 years hindi pa nakarating dito. And ang kagandahan ng Amerika, ang mga kababayan natin, pag pumunta sila dito, ay tumutulong tayo sa Amerika instead na tayong tinutulungan. Third, ang healthcare. I agree na kailangan natin improve ang healthcare, especially ang mental health ng mga bata. I think mga estudyante, mga kandidato ng regents dito at saka ng trustee, naiintindihan nila na kailangan natin tulungan ng mga bata, especially sa mga problemang nangyayari ngayon. Last but not the least, of course, ang small businesses. Kailangan natin tulungan sila na tanggalin ang mga red tape because at the end of the day, small business is the backbone of this country. You know who I am. Hey, Dr. Phil. I wasn't born rich or anything like that. I came in this country when I was young, grew up in Los Angeles, picked up Spanish a little bit. Now I speak Spanish fluently. I went to college, not with my parents' money, but I was working at Jack in the Box Corporation who put me through college. Fast forward, right now, some people might think that I was born in a golden spoon, but I did not. I came here and lived the American dream that the opportunity that this country have given me. I'm here to tell everybody that American dream is still existed, not only for the immigrants, but also the people that are actually here. Because at the end of the day, we are the people. And that's why I am running as a non-partisan in Congressional District 1 to represent the 730,000 population in my district, but also the 20% Asian American, Filipino American, Island Pacific, and Hawaiian, and also the 6 million Filipino American that live here in the United States. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat po. Come out and vote. Thank you.
Now, I know we want to fast forward some of this, so he's got some place to go, and I have to call Carl Catarata to the meeting. There you go, Carl. I think these three are our Filipino-Americans running for office. If there's anyone else there who's Filipino-American, Asian Pacific American who wants a time to the podium, let us know. Okay? We don't want to miss you. All right, Carl. 2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay. My kababayan, how are you doing today? Good? Oh, I don't see the energy over here. We might be doomed for the election. How are you doing today? Are you doing good? Okay, all right. sounds good. I just wanted to make sure we're all awake for the next less than 35 days until the ballots drop. My name is Carl Catarata, or Carl with a K, and I'm running for the Clark County School Board because I want to do it the right way. I'm running for the Clark County School Board to bring results for our students, resources for our teachers, and readiness, career and college readiness. I will be your first Filipino-American on the Clark County School Board. The Clark County School Board is America's 5th largest school district, and I look forward to working across the aisle and making sure that we work with our federal partners, state partners, and our local partners to get things done in education. My background is, I think I see my Tito over here. Tito, Romy, stand up, stand up. That's my actual uncle, one of the founders of of NAFA and many Filipino organizations. My story is in 1996, Tito Romy and Tito Nadia immigrated here to the United States, here in Nevada, to bring our family and make sure that we had a better life. During that time, my auntie Nadia worked for Oscar Goodman. I had the opportunity to make sure that Oscar Goodman was elected mayor of the city of Las Vegas. I never saw myself in politics, but until years later, I had the opportunity to work in politics, working at local, state, and federal government. So as your youngest Filipino on the ballot, I have one question for all of you here today. Are you all ready to make sure that our children have a bright future? Yes. Are you ready to make sure that Nevada has a well-represented Filipino-American community? Yes. And are you ready, together with all of the candidates here in this room, are you ready to win this election? Yes. Well, I hope that we're ready to win, and thank you so much for your time. Again, my name is Carl with a K, and I look forward to earning your vote here in Henderson. Thank you so much.
Okay, it says your time is up. Carl with a K, thank you. Don't forget. You know, Carl, I'm glad you mentioned the mayor, but today we have with us a friend of our community who is now running to become the next mayor. Her presence in our community has always been welcome, and she is really almost an honorary Filipino, almost. Councilwoman, come here, Victoria Stevens. 2.5 minutes.
I am so honored to be an honorary Filipina, so thank you. I have to say, I've spent a lot of time in the Filipino community, and I can say you are one of the warmest, most welcoming people I have ever met. So give yourselves a round of applause. So I have been a councilwoman for 5 years, and people say, well, why is the mayor office so important? It's kind of just like a bully pulpit. Badlands, we've got, look across to your neighboring cities. We've got a lot of problems with affordable housing. We've got a lot of problems with our homeless issue. And when we put Band-Aids on problems instead of solutions, we end up like our neighboring cities. I think the Goodmans have done a great job. This will be the first time we won't have a Goodman in office for 25 years. Wow. So we need strong, bold leadership. If you know anything about me, I don't kick the can down the road. I've taken leadership roles in the city of Las Vegas with the animal shelter, with the Badlands situation, and that's what it's going to take, because we have rising crime, we have a homeless problem. But I'm going to tell you some of the great things we've done at the city. We talk about affordable housing. The city of Las Vegas has done amazing things with tax incentives. I will continue those projects and make sure that we continue to not leave any money on the table. Most recently, we got a grant for $50 million, 1 out of 7 cities in the country, because we're not leaving any money on the table. We're turning Marble Manor from 200 units to 600 units. That is really important because it'll be mixed use. Oh my gosh, my time is up. I didn't even get started. Anyway, I've been endorsed by every law enforcement agency in this city because I will be your law enforcement mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, also, you know, with us to be tonight, was supposed to be tonight, was another wonderful woman running for mayor as well, Shelley Berkeley. Now, she fell ill, but we have a wonderful person in our community who's going to speak on her behalf, Kate Recto. You know, while she's finding her way up here, I've got to tell you, Kate has the best coffee. Honestly, if you haven't drank her coffee, did you bring it tonight? No. All right, 2. What did I give Victoria? 2.5 minutes.
Don't worry, I'll be out of here soon. My name is Kate Recto. I am not Shelley Berkeley, right? Unfortunately, Shelley couldn't be here tonight, although she would have loved to have been here. I am president of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce of Southern Nevada. Been in existence since the 1990s. I was 10. All right. And here tonight, I'm here to talk about one of my most favorite people, Shelley from 1999 to 2013. Read my lips. 7 terms. 7 terms. That's not easy. All right? And she is very close to the Filipino, to the Asian community. And the first thing you're gonna hear from her famous last words is, "How can I help you?" And I'm not joking. I've known Shelley for over 25 years. And each time you came to her with an issue, with something, right? She'll always say, "Mayor." Homelessness, affordable housing, transport. We need to be able to tell our constituents to grow with the city, okay? And also education and healthcare. Now, usually education and healthcare are not part of a mayor's job or job description, right? But what Shelley can do, and this woman can do a lot of things, right? Because it's not part of a mayor's, what do you call this? Job description, that's for a better term. She can actually advocate by talking and meeting with the community leaders, and she can totally be an advocate for education, which they want to abolish. I say I've known her for over 25 years. With her stint in Congress, she is candidate for the mayor for the city of Las Vegas. And today I am here to ask you for your help to vote for Shelley. Your coffee, please. Started. Okay, this is the drill. I will call your name, you raise your hand, and again, Art, Sally, or Mike will approach you with a microphone. And then you have your, how many minutes? 2 minutes. Nothing less, because you're on the floor and Alex can find you. And see that board? He will hit you with it. Oh no, you can't hit the judge. Go to jail right away. All right, so let's get started with one of our friends in the community, Judge Paul Gadet. Come on, where are you? Mike, Sally? Whoa, look at that. Whoa, okay. Good job, guys.
1001, 1002, 1003. Good evening. My name is Paul Gode. I'm your judge in Department N of the Family Court. I've been on the bench for about 18 months now. I'm a 33-year resident of Las Vegas, moved here at the end of 1991, beginning of 1992. I raised 3 wonderful children in this community. I had the good fortune of operating a law practice. I'm a family court judge. I have a domestic calendar issues I run concurrently with having a domestic calendar. Ask for your vote in the 2024 election, and if I'm so lucky to win, I may have to turn around and do it again in 2026. Okay? I bring a lot of experience to the bench. If any of you have any questions, reach out to me. More importantly, a lot of people don't know what goes on in court. Come over to the court and sit in the courtroom and see the job that I do. Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. You are so welcome. Carrie Maxey, are you in the room? Carrie, there she goes.
Hello.
Oh. Okay. Mike, fix the mic.
Can you hear me?
Okay, there you go.
Come on, Carrie.
Hello? Now you can hear me. Hi, my name is Carrie Maxey. I'm running for District Court Family Judge, Department N. I have one word for you, and that word is children. For about 20 years, I have been representing children. I have protected their constitutional rights, their legal interests, but most importantly, their voice. I'm running for judge because it seems like a lot of these family court judges forget that there is a child in their courtroom, a child that is a person, has feelings, and a voice. By representing kids, I have been their champion. And if elected, not only will I protect that child's best interests, I will listen to that child, and I will hear that child, and I will be a champion for that child. Thank you.
Next up, I apologize if I mispronounce your name, but I really understand the feeling because my last name, I've been called many names. I've been called Cow. That's when I was really big. And I've been called Kaylee, Quali, it's Kawili. So I apologize if I mispronounce this. Judge Alan Lefebvre. There you go. Did I do good? Very close. Oh, that's what happens to me all the time.
Lefevre.
Lefebvre? Really? I was trying to be French.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was putting sexy into it. I didn't have to.
It's an extra 30 seconds.
My name is Alan Lefevre. It's a difficult name. It is French. You just pretend like you're trying to be French and say Lefevre. So it's Lefevre. I want to be your district court judge in Department 14 because when Filipinos land in court, they're not there as criminals. They're there because they're a small business owner and they need the court's help with respect to their problems that they might face. So whether it's going to be a case with a vendor with your small restaurant or something close to that sort, a Filipino community wants a lawyer who's experienced in civil law, and that is the area that I specialized in for more than 35 years. And I promise that I will be hardworking and I will give your case all of my attention. My community service, my service to the community has been volunteer. For 9 years, I was a member of the Nevada Commission on Judicial Discipline. In that period of time, we increased our budget. And we were active at that period of time. We removed 4 judges who weren't doing their job. My community service has been unpaid. So I didn't have a government job. I was in private practice. So I know what it's like for Filipino business owners. My other part of my area of service has been to the bar. I was on the Board of Governors of the State Bar of Nevada for more than 10 years, and I was the president of the bar. And we attempted then to increase the strength of our discipline to make sure that honest citizens are not ripped off. Not perfect, but we tried, and the bar is continuing to do so. Time is up. Lefevre. Thank you. I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Lefevre. Next up is Judge Maria Retendria. Okay. I believe you.
It gives me the slight upper hand there. My name is Marla Renteria, or Renteria if you have the accent. I'm running for Henderson Justice Court, Department 1. The reason that I'm running is that I want to make sure that we bring a different perspective to the court. I am the only Latina in the race. I would be the first Latina ever elected to that bench, the first person of color ever elected to that bench. We need representation out there. I know that my community is diverse, and our courts and our government need to look like that. I chose to raise my son in Henderson. I could have picked anywhere in Vegas. That's where I picked. That's where he graduated from Green Valley High School. I put myself through law school while raising my son as a single mother. So I am no stranger to hard work and perseverance. This is a full-time job I'm applying for, and I want to be very clear. Of course, I am going to be fair. I have spent my career serving the community and defending the rights and dignity of the members and people that I represent. But more importantly, I have a plan. Henderson Justice Court lacks alternative sentencing programs in their court. The fact of the matter is, community safety requires that we approach problems pragmatically. If we are not addressing the underlying issues of criminal defendants, then we are going to have recidivism and we are going to have a revolving door justice system. We also need to, this is not acceptable, and we need to have more access to language. Unfortunately, it is not just citizens that speak English that appear in these courts, and we need to make sure that the wide variety of resources are provided in alternative languages. And finally, we need to make sure we are inviting community members to the table to find out how we serve you. We are being elected to serve our community, and that is what I intend to do. Go Marla Renteria in November.
We will take one more judge, and then we will go to state assembly persons and then return to judges. Is that okay? All right, thank you. Last of the judges row here is Judge Joseph Cicento. That I got.
Joseph Cicento. I'm currently sitting in Justice Court Department 2. I have lived here in Las Vegas for over 33 years, and I'll tell you what, I live right behind the Boulevard Mall here on Algonquin. I shopped here when this was a Dillard's. I have seen changes to this community. I've been on the bench for 15 years. I was appointed in 2009. In reviewing the judges and the RJ, judging the judges, I have had high retention ratings. I have been endorsed by the major police departments in Las Vegas, Clark County prosecutors, SEIU, culinary, Teamsters. Many unions have supported me, many organizations have supported me. I have worked hard as a judge here. We're making a lot of changes. We've seen a lot of changes going on. We have grown so much that is occurring in this valley. We've really changed a lot. And we need somebody who's been there for many years and has seen the changes in this community. I look around, I know a lot of, I've seen you in many different places. Thank you all for coming here. Thank you for listening to us. I will be quick on this, but it's Judge Joseph Cicento, Justice Court Department 2. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, we're going to take a small turn in the way we do the next series of speakers. If you are running for state assembly, please raise your hand and, okay. All right, put it down. It's not a good plan. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, please raise your hand, and these young folks, now they're getting younger as the time goes by. Doc Mike, and then Art, and then Sally will come to you, and you take your turn. Introduce yourself, say your name, introduce what you're running for, and you also have 2 minutes. Okay? Now, 1, 2, 3, raise your hands. Okay, go.
Hello, hello. All right. My name is Rafael Arroyo. I'm running for Assembly District 41. That's the south side of town. Starts on Las Vegas Boulevard and Windmill. The east border is Maryland Parkway, and it goes back to Canyon Springs for 24 years total. And my dad worked at the airport as a grounds crew guy. I'm an entrepreneur. I started my business when I was 23, and I learned a very important lesson, and that's if you don't get involved with government, government's going to get involved with you. I had to go to Carson City and get legislation passed to get over those. So that's my legislative experience. And, I'm endorsed by Governor Lombardo, which I really appreciate. And I'm just looking for common sense policies. I want efficiency in government. I have 4 children. I want to make sure they grew up in Las Vegas that I grew up in. I think that we see some policies that aren't working in some of our neighboring states. I hope that we don't continue those same policies here as we see a little bit of decline in Nevada. We see that stuff coming over from LA and Oakland and California. So I hope to earn your guys' vote. Obviously, if you don't live in Assembly District 41, if you know somebody that does, please talk to them about me. I would love to talk to you about my policy positions. And what I say is look at the candidates' policies, not the party. That's Rafael Arroyo, Assembly District 41. Thank you.
Okay. Art, before you look, I just want to be clear. We're not through with the judges yet, okay? We just took a little judicial break, okay?
Maybe 4 years ago because I knew this was the place that I could build a life of dignity. I was able to pay my way through my undergrad, pay my own way through grad school. When my daughter was 5 years old, I was a single mom at that time. I was able to get into Boyd Law School because they had a part-time night program. I paid my way through law school, full-time during the day, time at night, and for 16 years, I've been an attorney at a nonprofit legal service corporation. I have fought against predatory lending. I've helped people stay in their homes, and what I've been able to do is build a life that I believe I could only have done in Nevada because of all of the opportunities that are here. And that's why I ran for office, is to make sure that those opportunities remain for everyone to be able to access. Sorry, an alarm went off and I immediately thought I had to wake up. Represent District 18, which again is on the east side. It's a very diverse district. We have some of the best restaurants in town. We have the Clark County wetlands in my district. If you've never been out there, I highly recommend that you go. It's a wonderful place to be. And if you have any questions, if you live in Assembly District 18, please reach out to me. My name is Venetia. I'm pretty much the only one. If you run into another Venetia, report her to me immediately. And thank you so much for your time. And I'm so grateful to be here in Nevada. Thank you.
Now, Sally has someone.
Good evening, everyone. I am Assemblywoman Heidi Kasama for District 2. Thank you. That's the Summerlin area. I am running for my 3rd term. I am running because I am concerned. That's the reason I ran the first time, about small business, our healthcare, and our education. It is the backbone of our healthcare. Let's make sure that we work on our visas to bring the people here and stay here so that we're not going back and forth. And I also have to let you know that my parents were immigrants to this country from Norway. And neither one of them graduated from high school. I did not learn English like many immigrant families until I went to public school in Brooklyn, New York City, where they settled at the beginning. And my husband is an immigrant from Asia, hence the Kasama name. So you can remember Heidi for Norwegian, Kasama. And I also have the pleasure of working with Amy Belmonte, who is your fabulous honorary consul for the Philippines. I have the honor of being the honorary consul for Norway. So we serve together on the consul corps, which I find to be a great privilege and enjoy that. And we have to make sure that we stay out of the way and let our small businesses thrive, because as we heard, that's who employs most of the people in the United States of America. Let's make sure we make it easy for people, we encourage them. And as you know, in the Filipino language, kasama is companion and friend. So I would very much like to be your kasama. So please vote for Heidi Kasama, Assembly District 2.
All right. Art, you have someone?
It was the first Asian API commissioner at the Clark County members, and I'm working with the Asian for 15 years. I want to make sure, and also I build up my business from ground as a single mother. I've been through a lot of new hardship. And also, I want to know what is going on. I want to make sure that our kids receive the education what they deserve. Our seniors receive the care what they deserve. And our neighbors receive the safety in our area. Our kids, our grandkids want to make sure they going around the park, and we want to make sure to our kids is safe there. And I humbly asking for your vote. And thank you so much. Again, my name is Sharifa Wahab. I'm running for Assembly District 35. Thank you so much.
Down right, you have someone? Oh, right here in the front.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hanadi Nadeem, and I'm running for Assembly District 34. From the very beginning of my life, I had a passion to serve the humanity. When I was a high school student, I started an organization with the name of Safeguard Special Children. And I started raising money, raising funds, and working to give them vocational and educational training. I did that work voluntarily for many years. Moving forward, when I came towards the healthcare side, I saw that there's so many things that need to be fixed. Starting from the co-payments, the deductibles, finding a good doctor, there's so many challenges. Really, I strongly believe that we need good teachers, we need to give them good benefits to have better education in our beautiful state of Nevada. Then during the COVID area and after the COVID area, I noticed that there is an increase in homelessness. So homelessness, that is a big issue right now, and we need to address it. The affordable housing, that needs to be addressed, it needs to be fixed for our next generation, for the younger people, for all of you. Also, I was on the board of Nevada for background check, and I make sure, and the safety of my fellow Nevadans is very important for me. So please, all of you who are sitting here, if you believe in good healthcare, better education, safety, safe Nevada, please vote for, tell your family and friends to go and vote for me. My name is Hanadi Nadeem, and I'm running from Assembly District 34. Thank you so much.
Do we have any more Assembly folks? Any more? There's one. Art there.
Hi, my name is Bob Olson. I'm running for Assembly District 17 up in North Las Vegas. I am a retired veteran of 20 years in the United States Air Force. I served around the world. One of my most memorable times was being sent to the Philippines. And as a young man, I grew up in the Far East as well. And I remember one commercial that I saw as a young kid, Mabuhay. And it normally had something to do with San Miguel beer. But I'm running for office because I see some things, common sense things we need to worry about. I'm the only candidate that has stood up and said, I have a plan for affordable housing. I released it a month ago nationwide. I received within the first day 30,000 hits. Now, every one of our people that are in office right now in the Senate and Congress have got the plan. I've personally given it to them. It's a plan that will work. We're not going to throw money away. In 15 years, we will get it back. The federal government will get their money back. I worry about veterans as well. I have a plan for a hospital up in North Las Vegas. And as an assembly person, I'm going to push for the community up there because that is who elects me for their assembly district up there. My name is Bob Olson, Assembly District 17.
Oh, okay, don't mind, they do say it. They do say they're different, yeah. All right, next, Art.
Good evening, everybody. It's an honor to be in this community tonight. My name is Brandon Davis. I'm also a candidate for Assembly District 34. Born and raised in Northern Illinois in a blue-collar factory town, born homeless at age 6, but through hard work and determination, building successful businesses in my district. I'm a proud father of 2 young children, ages 7 and 9. And that's 100% the reason why I'm running in this race, services to children in need. I've been endorsed by the governor, the lieutenant governor, law enforcement agencies, veterans groups, a lot of organizations across the state and other community leaders. I'd love to have your vote. Electbrandondavis.com is the website. I'd love to meet each and every one of you and hear about the issues and learn from more of your community. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Nancy Record. I'm running for Nevada Assembly District 12, which is East Henderson and East Las Vegas. Very different geography. It takes me 45 minutes to drive from one end of my district to another. I am second generation American. My father's family came from Romania, which was as you might well know, a communist country. My mother's family escaped from Germany. And so I grew up with a work ethic that said, you can do anything. And so I started to look into how I could help my children have better options for their children. I have 2 grandchildren here and 2 in California. The other reason I decided to run is because I'm watching insanity in my neighbors. They sit and watch the TV and scream at the TV as if yelling at it is going to make a difference. And so I decided that I wasn't going to be that person who was a victim, and I stepped up to run for Assembly District 12. So my big things besides education are the economy, and I have an amazing connection to the Filipino community. For 11 years, I worked for a small company called Oracle. Have any of you heard of it? Yeah. They have a huge center in Manila. And unfortunately, I never got to go there, but I sponsored a number of young people. They were mostly women, interestingly, to come to the United States. I mentored them. I helped them get set up. Most of them are married with children, and I'm involved in their families. And I have to tell you, the Filipino culture is so happy and so delightful. And I just look at you in the room, and it makes me remember how easy it was to work with my colleagues in the Philippines. So I'm Nancy Recker. I'm running for Assembly District 12. If you know anybody who lives in East Las Vegas or East Henderson, tell them about me. I have cards. Please come by and say hi. Thank you so much.
Any other assembly?
But first, I just want to draw your attention to the sheet that I think most of you got when you were coming into this wonderful event. It really gives you important dates when to vote, not to vote when voting is over. Okay? So you really got to remember also that you can register and vote the same, same day. Who knew that? All those running for office. Next on our list is Judge Crystal. There she goes.
Everyone, good evening. My name is Crystal Bradford. I am running for Las Vegas Justice of the Peace, Department 2. I grew up, born, raised in Cerritos, California, which has one of the largest Filipino population in California. In fact, my sister actually worked and started the first Seafood City supermarket in Cerritos. So I have been adopted as well by the Filipino community. I am currently at the Public Defender's Office. I've been there for 6 years. I'm a Chief Deputy Public Defender. And I've been really fighting in the courtroom. I have been fighting for my clients. I have been filing motions. I'm very knowledgeable on the law. I have a case that actually was overturned by the Nevada Supreme Court, and they ruled in my favor. So I want to create a courtroom that is welcoming. I want to be a judge that sees people, hear people. A lot of times in justice court, that is the first introduction to court for a lot of people. And people, including my clients and myself have felt when we walked into court that we weren't seen and we weren't heard and we weren't given a fair opportunity to present ourselves. And I want to create a courtroom where everyone feels like I heard them, I saw them, and I issued a fair and just ruling. Diversity on the bench is important. It is important to have people from different walks of life, that when you walk in a courtroom, you feel comfortable, that they notice you, and that they will listen to you and follow the law. So I just want you to remember that it is crystal clear that you want justice. It is crystal clear you want someone who will follow the law. I am the only crystal on the ballot, okay? So just find crystals.
Next up is Judge Jessica Smith Peterson.
Hello, good evening. My name is Jessica Smith Peterson, and I'm running for Las Vegas Justice Court Department 4. First and foremost, thank you for having me. I am from Carson, California. I went to UCLA for undergrad, and one of the things at being a Bruin is that I was a part of a coalition of students. And one of the coalitions I worked with was Samahang Filipino. And one of those programs that we had after every meeting, they would end the meeting saying, Isang Baksak. I hope I said that correctly. Which is, when we all fall, we fall, but when we all rise, we rise. And I am the Chief Deputy Public Defender of the Clark County Public Defender's Office. I have been there for the past 7 years. I have been advocating on behalf of clients. And while I am in this position as an advocate, I am now vying for this position to be the Justice of the Peace for Department 4, because I do believe that there should be someone on the bench who brings both compassion as well as integrity to those who walk into their courtroom, whether they're a defendant, whether they are a corrections officer, whether they are a witness. I believe that there should be a judge who has thoughtful rulings. I believe that there should be a judge who has an understanding not only of the law, but also of the community of which they are serving, all the way to Henderson, to North Las Vegas, if they commit a crime in Las Vegas, or they're just someone who is supporting someone in the courtroom. I believe that I have those traits of a judge. I believe I am compassionate. I believe I have the integrity. And I also believe that I have the discernment to make good, fair, and just rulings. So I would like to earn your vote because I am here in your space and you have welcomed me. So please remember Jessica Smith Peterson. I am running for Las Vegas Justice Court Department 4. Thank you.
Now, Jessica mentioned something. How many of you have heard the expression isang baksak? Oh, 3 of you. Okay. Do you know what it means? Do you want to know what it means?
I'm on a meeting. Yeah.
We don't have time.
What happened?
Okay, but it really is a rallying cry of folks in labor, not giving birth, folks in the labor movement. And isang baksak means we rise together, we fall together. Isang baksak. Thank you for reminding us. Yeah. And next up is someone in our community we all know, Judge Cynthia Cruz.
So, for those that don't know me, I am Judge Cynthia Cruz. I'm on your ballot as Judge Cynthia Dustin Cruz. Many of you know the Filipino community is my family.
Yes.
You've been my family. I've been with you since before I ever ran. But let's talk about the business part of it. I am currently the Chief Judge of Las Vegas Justice Court. Las Vegas Justice Court is a valley-wide position. So we serve everywhere unless you live in Henderson, Boulder City, or North Las Vegas. I will be on your ballot in November. You just have to scroll down and watch for me. I am Justice Department 5, so please make sure that you watch for it. I'll be underneath Dustin Cruz, so Cynthia Dustin Cruz. I do bring over 21 years of experience as an attorney. I've been in this seat for almost 12 years, and you all helped me get there. So remember, every vote counts to keep me there. I do have experience in civil and criminal. I have both before I got on the bench and since I've been on the bench. And what I will tell you is we've talked a lot about wanting to improve things. So let's talk about some solutions. I do in a drug court. of my graduates tracking 3 years out for recidivism, 76 don't reoffend. That improves public safety, that improves their lives, and that changes the dynamic of our community. But I also do an eviction diversion program that we launched just this year. We target seniors and disabled that are facing eviction due to non-payment of rent, and we connect them with resources. 78% are not being evicted. And we've got $1.9 million in the hands of landlords, so that works on both sides of the fence, and these are the solutions that I have been working on to keep everybody moving forward in our community, because that's what it means. I am endorsed, backed, and supported by SCIU. Where's my SCIU piece? So SCIU, police, labor, firefighters, veterans. This is my community. I've been here for over 55 years. I hope you keep me there. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Judge Hillary Hip. Judge Hip.
Good afternoon, thank you, or good evening. Thank you for having me here. My name is Hillary Heap. I am Justice Court Department 4. I have been a district attorney at the DA's office for the last 13 years. That means I have been seeking justice for victims and protecting our community, my community and your community. I can't tell you everything about me in 2 minutes, but what I can tell you, some things that are important to me that I know that are important to you are education, small businesses, and public safety. I put myself through UNLV, working down on the strip in the hospitality industry. I worked hard and I earned a scholarship to go to our law school here. I now give back and I teach at UNLV, and I also teach middle schoolers about the dangers of drugs. Small businesses are also important to me. My husband just opened a small business. I saw everything he went through and how hard it was. So I have the utmost respect for everyone who has tried to open a small business. As a district attorney, I help keep small businesses going. I help, when they've been victimized, I help get justice for those small businesses. And finally, community safety. I have 3 kids I'm raising right now, 3 young children. They go to school in this valley. Public safety and community well-being is my #1 priority. I want Las Vegas to be a safe place where our kids can go outside and our families can prosper in their business. So this November, I'm asking for your support for Las Vegas Justice Court Department 4, and it's Hillary Heap. You can find information about me at my website, www.hillaryheap.com. Thank you.
Next one up is Madeline Cole.
Good evening, everyone. I am Madeline Levitt Cole, and it's an honor to be here before you. It's very exciting to see so many of you active in your community and out here wanting to learn about your local officials. Again, I am a Chief Deputy District Attorney at the DA's office. I am endorsed by Steve Wolfson, who is the District Attorney. I am proud to be a 5th-generation Nevadan. I was born and raised in this community, and that is a big reason why I am running for judge, is because this community means something to me. I am currently raising my 2-year-old daughter here, and I want her to have the same opportunities and environment that I had the opportunity to grow up in. My entire life, all I have ever known is complete dedication to your community. I've had unbelievable examples in my grandfather and my mother and serving their community wholeheartedly, and there's nothing more that I would want more than continuing on that legacy. Again, my name is Madeline Levitt Cole. I'm running for Las Vegas Justice Court, Department 5. I have been endorsed by almost every major labor organization. I have been endorsed by the Southern Nevada Building Trades, by AFL-CIO, by the Teamsters, by police organizations, and most recently today, the Latin Chamber of Commerce. I would be honored to be your next judge in Las Vegas Justice Court Department 5, and would love to earn your vote for November. Thank you.
And our next speaker is Amy Pereira. Amy, there she goes.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Amy Ferreira, and I'm running for Las Vegas Justice Court Department 8. I am currently one of your sitting judicial officers. I am a hearing master in Las Vegas Justice Court. I was appointed in 2020, and in 2022, I was so incredibly honored to be named Las Vegas Justice Court Employee of the Year. Prior to my appointment, I was a criminal prosecutor at the District Attorney's Office. I was there for 13 years. During those 13 years, I dedicated my work to some of the most vulnerable members of our community. I prosecuted child sexual assault cases involving victims under the age of 10 years old. I also started the first ever animal cruelty unit at the District Attorney's Office. Thank you. And I finished my career as team chief of the domestic violence unit. A little bit about myself. I am a mom of a 5-year-old who started kindergarten just about 3 weeks ago. I'm a wife, and my husband and I have a little farm filled with rescue animals, animals that needed a place to call home, and they very quickly made our home their home, and we wouldn't have it any other way. I would so love to further serve this community. I moved here straight out of law school to accept a position here. Thought I would be here for a year, but like many of you, probably fell in love with this community. And so I would like to further serve. Once again, Amy Ferreira, Las Vegas Justice Court Department 8. Thank you guys.
You know, did Susan Backham, has she returned? Okay.
She left already.
No, she's returning. She left, but she said, please, not everybody should leave. She asked me if I could lock the doors. She said, you won't leave till she returns. She really wants to come back. She had to just leave for something very urgent that happened while she was here. Okay, is there any other judge in the room? Oh, there.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Tina Talim, and I am your judge in Department 14 of District Court. I learned this evening that my last name, Talim, means sharp.
Yes.
And that's what you want your judges to be. You want your judges to be sharp. You want your judges to have an incredible work ethic, because being a judge in district court, that's what it requires. My day started at 4:30 this morning, and I had calendar this morning, and then I had several meetings, and I have to prepare for a trial that I'm presiding over next week. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am the presiding judge, and I bring both civil experience and criminal experience to the bench. I've been the judge now in a civil department since June. I was appointed by the governor, and I'm running to retain my seat. Already in the last few months of being a civil judge, I've handled hundreds of cases. I have presided over jury trials, evidentiary hearings, motions, and it is a very busy court, and you need judges who have the stamina to continue to keep up with the case flow and make sure that justice is being served in a timely manner. Before I came to the bench, I was a prosecutor with the Clark County District Attorney's Office for almost 2 decades. So I bring not just civil experience, but criminal experience as well. I prosecuted drug dealers who sold controlled substances to young children that caused their death. I charged those individuals with murder. So I have spent almost 2 decades of my life protecting this community. And I have been a public servant for almost 2 decades. And when an opportunity came up to become a judge, I saw that as a way to continue to give back to this community. This is the place where I have had a family. I raised my daughters here. I have 17-year-old twin daughters, and of whom I am very proud, but public safety is and always will be #1 to me. So I am endorsed by the governor, the lieutenant governor, Kevin McMahill, District Attorney Steve Wilson. I have the endorsement of every major law enforcement agency, not just in Clark County, but in the state of Nevada. And that means a lot to me. I'm also endorsed by our small businesses, I'm endorsed by our firefighters, our veterans, and I'm very happy to say that I've been endorsed by labor as well. I am a member of the Asian-American community. With my appointment, I was the first Indian-American judge in the history of the state of Nevada, and with your support, I'd love to keep doing what I'm doing. Department 14, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more judges in the room? Any more folks running for judge for the judicial system? Any more judges running? Any more judges? Any more who would like to run to be a judge? Are any more assembly folks running? Senators? You are? You haven't been called? Why? Oh, sir. All right.
I just want to say you're awesome.
Oh,
What a great
I'm not for hire.
I don't care. She's a great hostess. I love this. My name's John Steinbeck. I'm running for Senate District 18. I'm currently the fire chief of Clark County. I've been with the Clark County Fire Department now for 34 years. That's certainly been my passion, is public safety. That's what I'm running on. That's what I know the best. I will continue to do that. I've worked very hard so far to get 12 different laws passed just as a citizen or as an advocate. Those have all been in the area of public safety. So that's my area of expertise. I'm certainly going to work towards education as well as that's a high priority moving forward. We've certainly heard some great things about what we need to do for our businesses. You'll see that that's a priority as well. And then medical access for more people and more providers is a top priority and something I want to work on. A lot of people don't realize just how many calls a year fire departments run on 911 for emergency medical services. Unfortunately, we're the primary care provider for a lot of our community. We have a lot of compassion for all of those people, and we'll run on them every single time they call and give them our very best. But unfortunately, we're not always the best choice, right? They need to have more comprehensive care. They need to have more resources. I've been a firefighter again for 34 years, but my heroes are nurses and teachers. I just think they're the most amazing people in our community. We need to build them up. Again, my name is John Steinbeck. I don't want to get on this guy's bad side. I see him in the cars, right? So I'm gonna beat his clock. If you want to know more about me, I'll be here, and you can go to steinbeckfornevada.com. I have all the major endorsements that have been mentioned here tonight as well. Thank you very much.
You made me look harder in the list. Is Marilyn Drake here? She was listed. Okay, I just didn't want to miss it. Anyone just like I missed Mr. Steinberg. Beck. All right, Lori Rokich. There you go.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Lori Rogish, and I'm running for State Senate District 11, which is in... I can't hear you. Is this better?
Yes.
Again, my name is Lori Rogish, and I'm running for State Senate District 11, which is in the southwest area of the valley. It includes Southern Highlands, Diamond, Mountain's Edge, and the Enterprise area. And so I'm a regulatory compliance lawyer, and I'm also a special needs advocate. And the reason I got involved with the race is because of education. Our daughter learns differently. She struggled for an education. She's dyslexic, ADHD, nonverbal, and she has a host of other issues as well. And so when she was struggling, we asked the Clark County School District for help, and they said no. We even offered to bring in folks to train teachers with regard to dyslexia, and with a program that has been used across the United States for the past 80 years with great success. It's called Orton Gillingham. And the school district said no, absolutely not. So we were forced to challenge them because we had nowhere else to go. There was no program available for children that learn differently. And so we battled the Clark County School District for 7 years. That's a long time, folks. It's a lot of resources, it's a lot of time. We battled through 2 trials, and the last one was in federal court, and we won on every single count. And I am proud to say that there are thousands of children who learn differently, that now they have a voice, but our job is not done. This journey continues. I have heard from so many families, and I'm listening to what they are saying. They still are not receiving the services that their children have a right to receive under federal law. And so I will work hard, I will fight, and I will hold the school district accountable to ensure that these children receive the services that they need. They deserve it, and they have a right to receive it. So thank you so very much. And thank you.
I understand also we have folks in the room running for board of trustees? Yes, yes? There's 2 yeses. Okay.
Good evening, my name is Camila Bywater. I am running for the Board of School Trustees in District E. That area is Summerlin. I am the only person on the ballot who has a license in special education. I have a master's in special education. I have a master's in divinity, and I'm also working at the same time while I'm campaigning on my PhD in special education. One thing that annoys me more than anything are conversations about me and my community without my community at the table. I believe in diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. My opponent wants to ban books. My opponent does not believe in diversity, does not believe in equity, and does not believe in inclusion. What you get from me is big time advocate. This seat is not my seat. It is our seat. You deserve to be at the table. You tell me what your issues are. I say, let's put the solutions together, and then we're gonna fight hard to get it. I am here to hold the Clark County School District accountable to ensuring that our children have the highest quality education that they deserve. I'm here to support immigrant students, to make sure that language is not a barrier to having a high quality education. Again, my name is Camila Bywaters. I'm running for the Board of School Trustees in District E. If you would like to contact me, my number is 725-500-2111. If you have an issue right now in the Clark County School District, I will stand with you. I'll be here for more questions at the end. Thank you for sharing space with me.
Thank you. And is there anyone else, please? Anyone else running for office?
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Tricia Braxton, and I'm running for State Board of Education District 1. I want to be clear, this is not the CCSD School Board, nor is it the Board of Regents. It's the State Board of Education. And so what that means, it's the accountability arm for the Department of Education. A little bit about me. I'm a mom. I'm a proud mom. I think I'm also a cool auntie. And I'm running because of those two reasons. I support their friends, children, I support parents, I support educators, and I support you. This is not an easy race, and I say that because there's so much contention around education today. And in a time when many people are talking about the problems and the fails of education, I want to talk about some of those solutions. I'm a collaborator, and I really believe that together we can make a difference. I've been in Nevada for 21 years. I am an educator. I'm the only educator in my race. I've taught in classroom, and I've also provided community-based education to support pre-K through 12 education. As I mentioned, I've been here for 21 years. Prior to moving to Nevada, I lived in New York, where I was a New York City police officer. Thank you, thank you. That informs my perspective on what really matters. When we talk about education, it's not just a textbook, it's not just a curriculum. We're talking about safety. We're talking about students before they sit into that seat and then after they go home. Are we preparing our students for college and careers? Are we preparing our students for tomorrow? So this is a focus, this is a real focus. And I know, like all of you, many of you in this room, safety is a real concern. We have to address safety. Whether it's safety for our teachers, safety for our students, safety for community. That is everything. If we don't focus on that, then we're not focusing on the fundamentals for environments that create safe learning, okay, or learning environments. So my name is Tricia Braxton. I am running for State Board of Education, and I am formally asking for your vote for November. Thank you.
Nina Titus couldn't be with us, but Zach Schenkman from his office is here, and Art, can you give Zach?
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. My name is Zach. I work for Congresswoman Titus. She's really sorry she couldn't make it tonight, but to Erica Mosca's point a couple hours ago, we were actually just with Erica at Oming's Kitchen, and I see a lot of familiar faces in the audience. She's grateful to have the support of so many people in the Filipino community. In Congress, you know, she's lowering drug costs, capping the cost of insulin at $35, and capping out-of-pocket costs for seniors. And she's also brought dollars back to Southern Nevada for safe streets, clean water, and improved transportation and infrastructure. Thank you guys for giving me a chance to speak, and the Congresswoman looks forward to earning all of your support this November.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you so very much. Thanks, Zach, for your hard work. Any more folks running for office? Any more candidates? Any more school boards? May I please ask again the name of the last speaker before Zach? Tricia Braxton, thank you. Okay. Any more speakers? Does anyone have a question of any of the speakers that are still in the room?
There's somebody raising their hand over there.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. I thought he was just waving. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Ben Aquino, and you probably read me on the Philippine News of Southern Nevada. I've got tax tips there under Dr. Choa's health lectures. So, but anyway, thank you for the ladies and gentlemen that attended our forum. But I just want you to remember that the most important thing in every election is to maintain the integrity of your votes and your voices. Maintain that all the candidates will follow through with their promises, and give them your vote and voice to them, because they can't read your mind like I can't read my students. I used to be an old IRS agent. Thankless job. I'm a certified fraud investigator, but in the field of my work, I find that the most important thing is protecting our integrity in our election. And I think you should know the SAVE Act, making sure that only citizens of the United States of America could vote.
Thank you. May I please ask Jackie De Hoya and Amy Belmonte to come back up on the stage, come forward. Jane Sullivan is here, Marianne Pearson, Mia Casino, of course, Alex Pena. How about giving our wonderful timekeeper a big hand? Marian Ante, Maribeth, can you please come up? Leo Fortuno, are you here? James Domingo, you're still here? Geraldine Enciso, Acela Engel, Dorothy Domingo, Margie Antonio, and then, of course, our three wonderful floor monitors. Come on up, Doc Mike, Sally Valencia, Art De Hoya, Cynthia Liriquito, Resty Lopez, and the rest of the Phil-Am Power members and Napa Board. Ladies and gentlemen, they helped put this wonderful event together. So please, I know you are dying to do this, so give them a standing ovation. Did I forget anyone? Leo, of course, Leo. Bernie Benito, Linda Benaria. Where are you? Olympia Ramones. Bernie, where are you? Art De Hoya, come on up. Wait a second. Bell.
Sally, forward.
Halby.
Because you have a line.
All right.
Yeah.
Fama.
A little more.
Of course, Fama.
Yeah, that's good.
And the new president, of course. Come on up. Come on up here. Rita Ojeda. Oh, wait, a special thank you to this wonderful woman, Katrina Ojeda, who was created Sing Out for Autism, for bringing us the water. Yay! The water. How can I forget? I got cases and cases of water. Nino, oh, come here. Oh.
Can't see you.
Oh, back here, come on up. Where is your other half? Your own.
You want to go ahead?
Romy Girardi.
Right here. Oh, okay.
Come on up here. All right. You know what? She's afraid the stage won't hold us. So come on, Johan. Some of you guys, can you please go up front? Some of the guys.
Wonderful opportunity.
Oh, guys, some of the guys, in front, please.
Welcome.
And also, please, everyone, give our judges, our assembly folks, our board members a big round of applause. Our congresswoman, our congresspeople, everybody. All right, guys. Oh, no, second, don't do that. You might not be able to get out.
Thank you.
All right, wait. Wait a second.